Hey YouTube, my people, my family. How have you guys been? So for those who don't know me, my name is Candace, Miss Moxie 22. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy in March 2010. And it's been a little over 6 years. So I am still here, still, running the streets, so to speak. But I wanted to I was definitely inspired to make a video about two things. So one, and I'm going to try and be pretty quick about this, but one, I just wanted to recap my weekend from this year's Weight Loss Surgery Foundation of America's national conference in Nashville, Tennessee. I attended, and this was my first year, and it was amazing. I got to meet and greet with some people that I are new to the weight loss surgery community. Some people who are very active on YouTube, and I'm not so active anymore. Some people who I were staples in the beginning of my journey, like Banded Wendy and Gastric Rose. I got to meet them, took photos with them. It was kind of awesome. There were some really great panelists. There were some really great vendors. A lot of great samples, a lot of activities. And speaking of panels, I was asked by the event planner, Laura, to be on a young person's panel, and it was called Why Wait? And basically it was a group of 6 of us who are ages 25 to 35 who've had weight loss surgery, and pretty much discussing, why we decided to have weight loss surgery when we did, and kind of the impact it's had in our lives since. And it went really, really, really great. And we touched on a lot of topics such as, social life, and anything that we, any non-scale victories, or any, struggles that we've had ever since. We definitely talked about relationships and whatnot. And it's possible that, we have started something, a conversation that will continue on, and hopefully it will, at the WLSFA convention for next year and the years going forward. And so it being there really hit home to me, in terms of, where I started, where I am, how, like, when I was in their position. There was a lot of people there who were like between 1 and 3 years out, and some people who were pre-op, and some people who were their supporters. My mom actually came with me. And what I noticed is like how out of the game I am. It's been 6 years, and I loved the energy that I felt there, in terms of people who are just really still hitting the ground and they're running. And that was me too. That was me too a few years back. And, the world was my oyster, and a little gain here, a little gain there, a little loss there, a little loss here was awesome. It was just an amazing time. So 6 years later, I'm still pretty much, okay, but let me tell you, the last video that I made, not the ones about me going to the convention, but the ones about the regain, really are very present to me still at this point. And my question was like, hey, what's this about? How come I wasn't told about this regain thing? And while at the convention, I definitely took away how, the struggle with obesity is something that cannot be fixed. It cannot be cured. It can only be treated, right? So you can only manage how you're going to deal with this. I was blessed to have this disease, where food is my crippling factor. And it now is like, what do I do with it? What do I do with this? To have the weight loss surgery was definitely also a blessing. And, gaining the weight, regaining the weight, losing the weight, it's part of the journey. And, I don't mean to frighten any of you guys who are, for not quite as far out, but it is definitely something that kind of throws you off track when you start to gain the weight back a little bit. And I'm really here to tell you that regain, this concept of regain, is such a crock of shit. It's a crock of shit. It is not a concept. Regain is when you start not giving a damn. That's what happens. When you start not setting your goals and you start living your life and you start, doing more or doing less of something, you're not following your portion size, you're not eating nutritious foods, you're not exercising, you're taking in way more calories than you're burning them in. I am totally guilty of that. Man, I'll be eating candy in here. My stomach is definitely, I can hold a lot more food than I used to. And when I get stressed out, food is my go-to. So the surgery never cured obesity. It never cured my hunger. It never went away. It just kind of like took away a lot of weight so that I can create some foundation and then like hopefully stick with that, so that when I do find myself in a situation that I'm eating or I'm anxious or something's causing me to gain weight, that I have those tools to kind of like catch myself. And I haven't really caught myself. My highest weight was 347 pounds, and I've been as low as 181 pounds. And right now I'm at 202 pounds. I never thought I'd see 200 pounds again, let alone 202. And I fluctuate, between 195 and 205. And, that is due to me playing games, right? Like not giving a damn and just kind of like acting as though I won't gain the weight. I haven't even been exercising the way I used to. My routine is thrown off due to a bunch of different reasons. I can blame, blah, 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 blah. This is why, that's why. But in reality, I stopped making this important. I'm very active in the community. I run my support group, but it's so important for me to walk the talk, and all life happens and you just kind of like get caught up, and then the pounds start piling on and you're like, oh no, boo hoo 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 hoo. So over the weekend, I really just realized how disgusting I feel, really inspired by everybody's progress. And don't get me wrong, I'm very, very, very pleased with how far I've come. However, I'm not pleased with, one, the weight gain, and two, my distractions. Like, there are distractions everywhere, and there's always going to be distraction, but the idea is I got to catch myself or it's just going to keep getting worse. So I wanted to revamp my journey. So this is, or rather revamp my conversation about the journey. I have started an Instagram page, and I hope you guys will check me out and follow, but I have 10 pounds I want to get off forever, or, forever, whatever. And it's Fight with Moxie. And I'll just, put the hashtag or whatever down at the bottom. But, I want you guys' support, and I want to like do this the right way, because at this point, 6+ years out, your tool, especially if you've had a permanent surgery, your stomach, which I learned, which I already knew, but the surgeon mentioned it was like plastic, so it like stretches over time. That one bite too much stretches, so therefore you can hold more. So I can hold a lot more food, but I really want to be able to like lose this weight, find foundation, and really just go forward and get that inspiration from you guys, as well as give that inspiration to those who are also experiencing this regain. It doesn't have to be forever, but it's definitely a part of the journey to go up and down, whether you've had the surgery or not. So I'm just here to say that, I'm in this. I definitely do want to make videos again. Like I said, I started an Instagram page. I actually just bought this book, this little journal, Go Getter. I'm going to be kind of jumping right in, so I'm going to come on, make these videos to hold myself accountable again. And I always say it, but I'm starting anew. Like, I'm creating the possibility of community and connection and integrity, and love and acceptance. And really just being who I know I am, and that is Candace Moxie, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys will continue to support me like you always have. Subscribe, follow me throughout this journey. I just want to like stay connected with you guys and really just kick the shit out of, excuse my language, out of this regain or the mentality around it. So that's it. I hope to talk to you guys soon. I'll see you guys in a week. Peace.